This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Alice Gaynor. We begin with breaking news. Facebook says nearly 50 million users have been impacted by a security breach. The social media giant says they discovered attackers exploited a feature in the network's code, allowing them to take over people's accounts on Tuesday. They say they have since fixed the vulnerability and informed law enforcement, but now around 90 million users will have to log back into their accounts. Facebook says it doesn't know who is behind the attacks or where they're based. CEO Mark Zuckerberg says the company does not yet know if any of the hacked accounts were misused. Police have new clues in their search for a suspected hit-and-run driver in Ridgewood, New Jersey. They released this video of an SUV they think hit Edward Rayo Monday night. This happened on West Ridgewood Road near Library Place. Rayo was pronounced dead a short time later at the hospital. The SUV police are looking for is a dark-colored 2002 to 2009 model Chevy Trailblazer. An update now on the Westchester County School shut down after mold was discovered in the classrooms. CBS2's Andrea Grimes has more details on what they believe caused the mold and their efforts to clean it up.
A big mold cleanup is underway here at School 15 in Yonkers. Nearly 600 students are in two temporary buildings for the time being as the school district tries to get to the bottom of exactly what's going on here in this building. Grades 5 through 8 are at St. Bartholomew's and pre-K through 4 are at Robert C. Dodson School. The superintendent tells me on Monday air samples came back here showing mold at School 15 and kids were evacuated that afternoon. He says it is unclear exactly when they'll come back to this school. He tells me the building is about 90% clean. New air samples will be taken tomorrow with the results expected on Monday. At that point, he says the district and the parents will decide if and when the students will return here. The problem is a leaky roof, he says, which caused the mold. He says the flat roof needs to be completely replaced and work is already underway. The superintendent says they are working hard to make the students as comfortable as possible in these two temporary schools. We'll bring you updates on CBS2 News on television and online as we get them.
If you've driven on the Bronx Expressway lately, you may have noticed a dangerous obstacle in the roads: panhandlers. The NYPD says calls to 911 and 311 about aggressive panhandling are up 3% compared to last year. And if you take a look at this footage, it's easy to see why. On the shoulder in the middle of the road, no matter the weather, there are people panhandling on the Bronx Expressway. They're illegally walking on major roads and causing drivers major stress.
The highway, it's the middle of the highway, there's traffic going on.
And they could get hit, it would be pretty easy.
And I understand, times get rough and stuff, but, you can get yourself hurt like that.
Well, the Bronx Expressway is maintained by the state, but patrolled by the city. The Department of Transportation commissioner says they are looking into ways to put up barriers and keep people from getting onto the road. But they do realize it's a bigger problem. The city also told us its homeless services agencies canvass the area twice a week to engage individuals who may be homeless and to encourage them to accept their help. Another wet day today, but tomorrow is looking up. Here's John Elliott with a look at the weather.
Good afternoon, everybody. This morning, wow, what a pain with all that rain. Flooding rains causing all kinds of problems. Well, now we're seeing a change. As the low leaves, though, have you felt that cold wind? That's a north wind. It's a lot cooler. We're going to try to get back to 66, but that may go down as the high from earlier. But we're back in business tomorrow. So tomorrow, maybe a little fog in the morning, but then sun and numbers closer to where they should be. It's an autumn delight. No kind of fright on Sunday. You'll see numbers upper 60s to right around 70, so it's a little on the cool side, but man, great for all kinds of great activities. 66 and cooler should be okay for the Mets tonight. 64 might be optimistic, but we're rain-free. It's just going to be cold. Fog develops overnight, 58. And then on Saturday, let's see, I know we've got the St. Jude Walk in Cedar Grove. I know we have the Alzheimer's Walk in the Essex County one. So we got all kinds of stuff to do Saturday. Oh, and then Sunday we have Tunnel of Towers. That'll be fine. 61 with sun. Oh, and then we also have the JDRF walk. That's Sunday too, 62. And then we also have football. But I've got to tell you, everything looks great after today. Nice ridge of high pressure builds in for all those fabulous and fine fall activities. And the nice thing is that we get a nice stretch of dry weather, which will really come in handy.
And maybe you want to take a bike ride this weekend. Bright green bikes have changed the landscape of Westchester County's business center and could be coming to your area soon. CBS2's Tony Aiello has more from White Plains.
There are 300 of them on the streets of White Plains, New York. Dockless Lime bikes, short-term rentals that aren't parked at docking stations. They're unlocked using an app on your smartphone.
I think it's great. It helps people move around town.
Since the launch, more than 7,000 people have signed up for Lime Bike White Plains, a number equivalent to about 12% of the city's population.
The appeal is the ease. Grab it, ride it, and park it when you're done.
It might be in front of your house. It might be anywhere. When it stops, that's it.
In other cities, it's led to what's called bike litter, a dockless bike in a tree in Seattle, on the side of a highway in Virginia, dumped in a river, thrown on the subway tracks in Washington, D.C. In White Plains,
they're usually to the side and out of the way.
Usually, but not always.
It's in front of someone's house for a week or so and they get upset about it.
Tom Soik of the city of White Plains says they do get complaints about bikes left in inappropriate places. The city calls Lime and the clock starts ticking.
About 6 to 8 hours for them to get there and have that bike removed.
Dockless bikes are in Yonkers and in parts of the Bronx and the Rockaways, where it's a pilot program to see how the public accepts them. Many other cities and towns are watching as they consider taking dockless bikes for a spin. In White Plains, New York, Tony Aiello, CBS2 News.
Hyperbaric therapy may look like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's the latest treatment for people who experience sudden hearing loss. CBS News' John Schumo visited Phelps Hospital in Sleepy Hollow, New York to see and hear the results.
This is how Grace Ann Pensiero is finally getting relief, breathing pure oxygen inside a pressurized chamber.
So everyone's regulated, everything's doing fine, no complaints.
Roger that.
The 47-year-old is undergoing hyperbaric therapy after waking up last month in pain and deaf in her right ear.
Honestly, I thought I had a brain tumor because of the symptoms of extreme nausea, extreme dizziness, unable to walk.
Doctors diagnosed Pensiero with a viral infection. She lost hearing and hope before visiting a specialist in hyperbaric medicine.
We can accommodate 12 patients at once.
Dr. Owen O'Neill oversees the largest hyperbaric chamber in the Northeast at Phelps Hospital in New York. Patients breathe compressed gas, which pushes 2.5 times more oxygen into the body's tissue, speeding up the healing process.
Over the course of 20 or 30 treatments, we may be able to grow new small capillaries to make up for what the hearing apparatus has lost.
A new report published in the Journal of the American Medical Association confirms hyperbaric therapy combined with a steroid treatment improves the likelihood that patients will recover some of their hearing. Each treatment lasts 90 minutes. Typically, patients have to come here 5 days a week for 4 weeks. Pensiero is already hearing improvements.
The first time I was able to hear the beep, I screamed and I said, I can hear it.
The mother of 3 hopes continued treatment will fine-tune her hearing completely. John Schumo, CBS News, Sleepy Hollow, New York.
The Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers run takes place Sunday, and the foundation has announced a new mission to provide permanent housing for the families of heroes killed in service. The organization just unveiled the new Gold Star Family Home Program. 10 families have already moved into new houses as part of this program. On September 11th of this year, a new mortgage-free home was dedicated in Georgia for the Schaff family. Marine Corporal Colin Schaff was killed in combat in Afghanistan.
Having this home means everything to me and my children. It's something that we could have never imagined, and we are so thankful for.
Because of the home, my children are able to go to a school that they never would have been able to go to otherwise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation plans to provide 1,000 homes to Gold Star families with young children. Fans of movie memorabilia will have their chance to buy some iconic pieces next month. More than 300 items from the life and career of the late actor-comedian Robin Williams are about to hit the auction block. We got a sneak peek at what will be up for sale at the Sotheby's auction on October 4th. The collection includes plenty of famous pieces, such as props used in Good Will Hunting and Dead Poets Society. There will also be scripts and wardrobe worn by Williams. That is your CBS 2 News update. Stay with us on CBSNewYork.com along with CBS New York's Facebook page and Twitter pages for the latest news as it happens. I'm Alice Gaynor. Have a great afternoon.